What is going on, everybody? So if you already watched my practice videos, this is the tournament breakdown from Lake Hartwell. Basically what happened was on the day of the tournament, we had a completely different change of weather too. So we went from 70s like all day to tournament morning. I think it was 35, 34 degrees, something like that. It was cold, but this way it was freezing, especially for a Florida team. We weren't ready for that, but fishing up shallow, we had quality fish like this one here and this one here, both of which we caught off of video during our practice, and it kind of made us put shallow water back in the conversation. When I practiced without them, shallow water I kind of taken out of it because out deep we were having about a little bit under 2 pound average, but we were catching a good amount of fish. We were catching a good amount of fish up shallow too. After discussing it the night before, we figured, you know what, we're going to need, we were guessing about 12 pounds to qualify. It ended up being 10 and 13 something won it. It was like 10, 9 qualified, 10 pounds, 9 ounces. And we ended up having, I want to say 8.5, somewhere in that range. But we thought if we went offshore, we were going to be calling ounces all day. We thought we could get to 10 pounds. We didn't know how much more we could go. We needed like one good bite. We needed a 4-pound spot or something. We were fishing for spotted bass all day if we went out deep. And out deep, we had two different things working. We had this right here, a little 2.8-inch swim bait, I think it is, on an underspin. And this, I was catching fish constantly on it in practice, or getting bites at least with it. And it caught fish on tournament day. And then we also threw the shaky head. It's a 1/4 ounce loose shaky head with like a green pumpkin and like gold worm on it. And those were basically our two baits out deep. I mean, we had confidence in them. We caught a bunch of fish on them or got a bunch of bites on them in practice. Yeah, that was what we had on. And also up shallow, we caught fish on both the same things. So, but what we decided to do was go shallow on tournament day. And the reason was we had some real quality fish. We didn't want to we thought we needed more than 10 pounds to qualify. We thought we were looking at 12 pounds to qualify, not to get in the top 5. We ended up going up shallow because we knew if we had 5 bites, we were going to possibly win it, if not at least qualify, based on what we had found. That was a consistent bite. We had multiple bites up shallow, off camera, in a new little area that we found. And what it was, if you found a piece of brush or a tree laying in the water and had to be in 5-6 feet of water, you flipped a jig, or we flipped the shaky head up next to it, and you pulled it back, you were going to get hit. It was almost automatic. I mean, we ran I don't know which creek arm it is, but we ran a creek arm, and nearly every tree that fit that description worked. I mean, it was like clockwork. So we had decided to go up shallow, and we figured that was going to be our winning thing. So based on the quality of bites we ended up getting up shallow, we made a decision. We're going to go shallow. We're going to fish for 5 big bites. And if we could get 2 of them, we knew we could quickly fill the limit offshore if we needed to run back out there. But we were going to find some shallow wood, maybe fish new spots. But we had, I don't know, I want to say about 10 trees that we got bit on. I mean, we'd get bit and shake them off, get bit, shake them off. One of them, I had a fish follow me in that was, I mean, all of 4 pounds too, it looked like, following me in. I mean, it was big enough to where I was like, yeah, this is a tree we're coming back to. And that pattern was working really well. And yeah, so up shallow, we were throwing, well, I was, basically the whole time I was flipping this Finesse jig. I think this is a Z-Man Finesse jig, and do some type of crawl trailer on it. It's just a green pump. This is the actual jig from it. And it's just a little tiny Finesse jig. And when I flipped in a tree, I was getting bit all day during the practice. I caught a couple fish actually out deep on this too. But for the most part, you flip this into a tree, something swam back with it nearly every time during practice. And we knew it wasn't going to necessarily be like that tournament day. Someone might have fished the same tree that we were on, stuff like that. But between this and the shaky head, my partner Matt threw the shaky head all day long while I threw this all day. And we thought you know, that was going to be our winning combo, because we're going to put our head down, we're just going to grind, we're going to be flipping trees all day long. Or, you know, if we get 2 bites and it's a little bit slower than we thought, we get 2 of those big bites, we're going to head offshore and fill our limit with 1.5 and 2 pounders. And that would qualify. So we were thinking, you know, that's our way to get 12 pounds. And it didn't work out that way. We think that cold weather, I don't know, lockjawed them up shallow. The water temperature itself really didn't change too much. But we don't know. That's the only thing that really changed between the days. I mean, we missed 1 fish in the morning, and then after that, it was a grind. I mean, we caught 5 fish off of one of the brush piles, or one of the trees. The other bait we were throwing up there, I was getting a lot of bites, was this little swim bait. Same one that was on the underspin, but, you know, just on a jig head. This one I have on a little wooden head. I was throwing it around the other day on this. But we were throwing it on a little jig head on my TFO Inshore series. And, you know, we were catching fish on this left and right up shallow as well. But on tournament day, we caught probably most fish on this. Matt actually ended up picking this up for a little bit. And I think our biggest spot was about 3 pounds that we caught on this up shallow. We caught the spots off of the trees. We ended up weighing 4 spots and 2 largemouths. We actually ended up going back out deep later in the day, caught a fish on the underspin, called a fish, and called another fish on the shaky head. I mean, for the most part, we caught a decent amount of fish that day. It was just, we weren't getting the bites that we were hoping to get up shallow. And just turned out not being our day. I mean, looking back at it, yeah, we could have stayed out deep all day, and we probably could have gotten 10 pounds, 10 ounces, which it was to qualify. But we thought we were going to need more than that to qualify, was our issue. But, I mean, I don't regret the decision. I don't know much about, you know, northern fish. And I say northern when Lake Hartwell's in Georgia and South Carolina, but I'm from Florida. I mean, I don't know that much about spotted bass. I know in Florida, cold weather shuts down largemouth, and it did that there. But I thought it'd do the same as spots, which it really didn't. Or really, I guess what I didn't think about, what we didn't consider, was it's not going to affect those fish out deep near as much as it was going to affect the fish up shallow. And looking back at it, that's kind of the one thing that I wish we would have realized. But at the same time, I don't regret our decision. We were going for the win. We thought we needed more weight. So, oh well. I mean, college career is over after that one. But it was we figured out a lot. We learned a lot of stuff from it. I mean, we learned how to fish deep, really. Again, we're from Florida. We don't fish deep rocky points. We don't really fish any lakes or rivers without grass. So it was a fun tournament. I mean, obviously it's a lot more fun if you qualify. But we learned a lot, and we're going to use that for the future. I mean, I'm done with college. Matt's not quite done yet, so he'll have next year to work on it with. They're actually going back to Hartwell next year, so he's excited for that. Also, one thing I'd like to say, if you are interested in the college tours, I'd really recommend it. I mean, I had a blast doing it. I learned a lot of stuff, and I did not grow up fishing for bass. I grew up fishing saltwater. I actually didn't start fishing for bass till, I guess, sophomore year of college. I mean, I caught a handful of them here and there, but the college team is where I really started fishing for bass. I just love fishing. And now I'm hooked on bass fishing, of course. I mean, I'm hooked on any type of fishing. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd recommend the college tour to anyone that's thinking about it. Even if you're a saltwater guy and you're just not quite sure, fishing the college bass stuff was a lot of fun for me. But yeah, I hope you can use this knowledge for your further tournaments. You know, maybe think about it, or yeah, that's how the tournament went. So thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for more videos to come. All right, guys. See you later.